This story takes place on December 6, 1959, at the Los Feliz home. This house and story are based on a real event in a real house at this very address. A physician named Harold Perelson decided that this Christmas event would have a surprise much bigger and darker than any at that household could ever imagine. This house, now being sold for millions, holds a gruesome secret, which I am about to tell you. Harold lived with his wife Lillian, who gave birth to 3 children, Judy, Joel, and Debbie. Harold got up at 5 in the morning December and retrieved the ball-peen hammer from the lower floor of the house. He returned to the master bedroom where his wife was still sleeping. According to the coroner report, he struck her so hard with the hammer that it left an inch-wide hole in her skull. Lillian, however, didn't die immediately. She continued to breathe a little longer. Harold then turned his attention to the children. Upon opening the door to his daughter Judy's room, he once again swung down the ball-peen hammer, attempting to kill his oldest daughter. Judy survived the blow, however. She awoke in terror to find her father holding a bloody hammer over her bed. Chillingly, Harold reportedly told Judy to lay still, keep quiet. At this point, the noise had awakened Harold's 11-year-old daughter Debbie, who had gone up and gone to see what was happening. Harold apparently saw her and left Judy's bedside, telling Debbie, "Go back to bed. This is a nightmare." Meanwhile, Judy had run out of her room and escaped to the street. She dashed to a neighbor's house and banged on their door with her blood-slicked hands. Before making it there, neighbors reportedly heard her scream, "Don't kill me!" According to Cherry Lewis, a resident of the neighborhood, Judy came to our door. "I remember having my hand in her blood. I used to babysit her children there. I was supposed to spend the night there, actually." Back inside the house, Harold had decided he was done with his spree. He went to the bathroom. He mixed with water a large amount of Nebudol, and he swallowed 31 tranquilizer pills. By the time the police arrived on the scene and entered the house, Harold Perelson was dead, the hammer still in his hand. As authorities moved through the house and took stock of the brutality, they found that Lillian Perelson had not died from blood loss, but from asphyxiation. She had drowned in her own blood, most likely hearing her children scream. The nightmare is done, but the hauntings began. The Perelson children were passed in the custody of their aunt. Soon thereafter, the house at 2475 Glendower Place was essentially abandoned. It was sold to a probate auction to Emily and Julian Enriquez, neither of whom lived in the property. But decades passed, and the house gained a reputation for being virtually untouched since the murders, and where the presence remained under the Christmas tree. This winter is a time where we reconnect with our loved ones, feast on delicious food, exchange gifts, and enjoy the joy of family drama. Oh, what a Christmas without a little drama. But let's not forget about the dark side of Christmas. And no, not the dark side of Christmas where you find out your daddy has mistress. I mean the dark side of Christmas and the demon that accompanies it, Krampus. The legend of Krampus originates from Germany, as far back as the 1600s, and the name from the German word Krampen, meaning claw. Krampus, known as the devil of Christmas, is said to be a horned half-demon, half-goat with long snake-like tongue. His body is covered in a coarse fur. If you've been naughty, you may hear the dragging of chains and birch branches on the night of December 5th. Legend has it that Krampus comes to town the night before the feast of St. Nicholas and visits all the homes awaiting punishment. If you're lucky, you might get a spanking with birch branches, but if you're not so fortunate, your soul will be dragged down the flames of hell with its chains. If he's merciful, he will devour you.